I may make light of the reasons why I'm getting a divorce, but truly one of the biggest ones is I've been in this masculine energy for so long that I have lost my identity. Like, I really feel like a damn man for most of the time in this relationship. I have endured things that no woman should have to deal with when it comes down to things like protection. Imagine now, my son, one of them, teenage son, not 5 years old, teenage son, thought he was going to be in an altercation with another guy. I had no idea. He walks past his dad, he walks past his brother, and he says, "Mom, come with me. This guy is talking shit, and I want, I think it was his computer or something. He wanted something back." Without hesitation, I jump in the car. My gimpy, post-stroke surviving self jumped in the car to take this boy to meet this kid for a potential altercation with no hesitation. I drive him over there, and he actually gets into a fight. Just think about that. In a crisis, in a potential situation of harm, his instincts is to seek me out, like to forego his dad or his brother, but seek me out. Like I'm the goon in the family. I've been masculine for so long that we actually will go somewhere. I'll come out to the car, and my husband and my son are sitting in passenger seats. Nobody's in the driver's seat. They're waiting for me. I've been in this masculine energy so long that I don't even recall more than 4 or 5 times, I'm 56, even talking about or discussing menopause or understanding that some of the emotional changes or the changes in my skin or all these different changes are coming from that. No concept of it. My brother-in-laws used to talk mad to me, just the most inappropriate, most vulgar things that they could say to me. And because I think maybe because of the military, likely, I would just talk back. But the fact that my husband allowed it in his presence for them to say the most deplorable things, the most disgusting, vulgar things to me, and him not feel the need to protect me from them, that's crazy. And it didn't even occur to me until my boys got older. So we're talking about years. When my boys got 8 and 11 years old and they were actually in the room and noticing this, that's when I spoke up. Because it occurred to me that my sons were witnessing the disrespect and how their uncles were treating women. And I didn't want that to be their standard. And when I approached my husband about it, he said, "Oh, well, you seemed fine and you were giving it right back to him. But were you fine with it, sir?" I've been masculine for so long, I'm constantly thinking about filters. HVAC filter, water dispenser filter, the air filters in the car. I was reading this whole list about if you've been imbalanced for so long, and I'm checking all the boxes. The self-care, that's for shit. The freaking burnout. The stress that I've been carrying and just the impact it has had on my physical body. I walk around every day with a headache of some degree, literally every day. And sure, it may be related to the stroke, or the stroke is related to the stress, either way. When the kids were younger, I was doing both, putting Hot Wheel tracks together, building Legos, and also bedazzling dance costumes, cooking and cutting grass. So yeah, I'm tired. And it's not just me jumping into these roles. My husband made space for me to be in these roles. He sought me out for some of these masculine roles. Literally, if there was something heavy to lift. Now, the 2 youngest are over 6 feet tall, 180 pounds, give or take. But he would seek me out. "Babe, come help me move the couch. Babe, come help me move the table." And if you're wondering, yes, even intimately. In the past, me initiating was a treat, but then that became the norm in this relationship.
A 52-year-old childless woman. I want to say to the people who think that a woman's worth is measured in her baby count, shout out to all the amazing mothers, but the childless women have been mothering the world and elevating culture as aunts, godmothers, teachers, mentors, sisters and friends, and the list goes on, and you do not need to push out a baby to help push humanity forward.
Hello, my darling Fumi Nation. How are you? How are we? My name is Fumi Desalu-Vold. For those of you that are stopping by for the very first time, you're so very welcome indeed. Are we living and loving for the outfit, my darlings? Let me get up and show you. It's a wonderful shirt. I don't know what I would call this or describe it as, but I got it in H&M. Yeah. I got the skirt, I got the jacket as well, but I'm wearing like a sequin skirt, of which I got last year or so. Anyway, this color, this season of autumn 2024, the color, the shade of the season is burgundy. Are we living and loving? And I just thought this was really fresh and sharp. Anyway, my darlings, we are off to where? We are off to Manchester. I cannot wait. I'm off to Manchester on the 5th of October at the Lyri Theatre. Why are you going there, Fumikins? I am going there, my darlings, because I have been invited to be a guest speaker at She Leads for Legacy conference. I am so humbled. I am truly humbled to be invited to be a guest speaker amongst other well-renowned guest speakers. I am excited to meet you, Fumi Nation women, Fumi Nation men. The theme for this year's She's Leading with Legacy is called Dare to be Powerful. And I think it is absolutely appropriate with the temperature of our surroundings now. Dare to be powerful, dare to be brave, dare to be courageous, stand up for who and what you are. This is going to be that conference. So you already know how powerful and impacted it's going to be. I want to take a special thank you to the beautiful and the amazing Sharon and Afia Amesu. They are mother and daughter, and they're barristers. Afia is barrister at the number 5 Barristers Chambers, co-founder of She Leads for Legacy. I got the wonderful opportunity of meeting Afia at another event here in London. And that, I think, is the beginning of great things. And so I make my way with my wonderful publicist, Karine. So it's very exciting times to come. The tickets are below, my darlings, £25 and up. They are literally sold out and we have a full house. I guarantee you this. The way that you will walk in is going to be completely different from the way that you will walk out, because you are going to feel completely empowered. And I am so excited because I'm going to be amongst amazing, influential women, of which I have come to realize so important to have inspiration surrounded by you, because that's the only way you will be courageous enough and powerful enough to push through. Thank you. Thank you, Sharon. Thank you, Afia. I am terribly honored, and you are doing a phenomenal job with this movement. So, my darlings, why are we here? We are here because Wendy Williams, of which we know is suffering with dementia, has spoken out in all of the Diddy saga. And I would like to recite what she has to say. The queen of hot topics, Wendy Williams, has officially spoken in an exclusive conversation with the Daily Mail. The former talk show host spoke on Diddy's arrest for the first time, saying, "It's about time." She said, "What is really weird is that I have been told by so many people, Wendy, you called it," including some people from my family who have said the same. She also expressed concern about the video of Cassie being abbed by Diddy that was released earlier on this year. She said, to see this video on TV of Cassie, it was just horrific. Now you have to think, how many more times? How many people? How many more women? It's just so horrible. Wendy, I would like to extend my greatest respect to you. You are missed terribly. There will be nobody that can fill your seat ever. You are one of one, and I pray that you are getting better, stronger, and that you are surrounded by loved ones. It's wonderful to hear your input, because just last week I did a whole episode talking about the Diddy and Wendy saga and how the feud came about. And Wendy, above all else, should know, because Diddy got her fired from Hot 97, from her radio show in the early 90s. She knew about this all along, and her questions are valid because of everything that has come out. Most especially yesterday when Mr. Tony Busby came out with 120 lawsuits of which his firm is handling against Diddy that involved minors. I said to myself, what time did he have to create music? These are thousands of people. How much time did he create music? Or was he stealing music from the artists, of which Mace has constantly complained about?
He want receipts. Let's start with your mother. Your mother got the receipts. Everything is in your mother's name. That's the one who got the receipts. You need more proof? Biggie ain't here, so Big can't give you no receipts. He dead. Craig Mack can't give you receipts. He dead. What are you talking about? Who else? Black Rob can't give you receipts. He dead. And everybody else you made sign paperwork so they can't talk about what I'm talking about. I'm the only one with the guts. You're not signing, because I ain't need the money. All money ain't good money. Remember that. Remember that. Remember that. You know who to play with me.
This music industry is so full of smoke and mirrors, and I think I'm most happy because Diddy is going to bring down everybody else, because he knew so many people, and Diddy could never have done this for so many years on his own. He had enablers. He had people helping him financially as well. And so I realize that this has all been a farce. You sit at home like so many young artist hopefuls, and they want to become this person, not knowing that this person is a walking, living, breathing liar. But Wendy knew. How many women have been kept quiet or shut up? Wendy, as influential as she was, there were still higher-ups that were more influential than her. And you think about it, that you can make a call and that can determine somebody else's life without any question. Now, seriously, if people are playing around and she has a story, that's her job. You intervene, you override her job, and you say, not only can you not do this piece, but you're fired. These people created a monster. And the monster got out of its cage and began to do monstrous things on monstrous levels. And here we are dealing with the monstrosity of it all. How many? How many times? How many women? And he got away with all of it for how many years? Well, today is the day of the piper. I wish you the very best, Wendy. And thank you. Thank you for coming out and letting us know how you feel. On another note, somebody might be watching me. I don't know. Because Diddy has hired a new lawyer to represent him. Yeah. A new team. He's hired a new team to represent him in this case. I don't know whether it matters anymore. Let me just double check and find out who the team, because that's also important. So here we have it. Diddy hires a new lawyer who is also representing his jail roommate, Sam Bankman-Fried. Diddy Combs is appealing a judge's decision to keep him locked up in the Brooklyn jail ahead of his trial on so many trafficking charges. Court filings show that Combs has hired Alexandra Shapiro, an experienced white-collar appellate lawyer who clerked for former Supreme Court Justice Ruth Bader Ginsburg. Shapiro is representing Bankman-Fried on an appeal after the Fix and Alameda research founder was sentenced to 25 years in prison and convicted by a jury on fraud, money laundering, and conspiracy charges. She filed a 102-page brief to the Second Circuit Court of Appeals last month, arguing the trial excluded evidence from the case in a way that stacked the deck against Bankman-Fried. Bankman-Fried has been living in Brooklyn's Metropolitan Detention Center as his appeals process plays out and before he's moved to a more permanent facility. Well, Diddy, go right ahead. You know why? I don't wish you any luck whatsoever. I really don't. I want you to stand trial and I want you to be punished for allegedly doing what you have been allegedly accused of. For what you have been allegedly accused of, it's inhumane to allegedly drug people with horse tranquilizer. For those of you that don't know what that is or what that does, it paralyzes your entire body. The only thing you're able to do is blink your eyes. That's all you can do. You know what is going on with you, but there's absolutely nothing you can do because your entire body is completely paralyzed. You can imagine a horse. If it can put a horse to sleep, you can imagine what it does to a human being. To discover that in your system, amongst other drugs, Diddy is becoming worse than his father. He was deleted in Central Park. I don't think he was even 40. Diddy has the arrogance to want to stand trial. And I think of the children because the children reportedly are shocked at the allegations that the father has been accused of. And he doesn't care about that because he would rather stand trial where they're going to continue to air out the atrocities, the heinous crimes, the inhumane things that he has done. And the children have to be there to listen. This is turning out to be the biggest story of all time. And I am here for the victims. Do not forget to like, to subscribe, hit the notification button, my darlings, and I will see you I will see you sooner than later. All of my love.